READY3MIX series, episode numero uno. Thanks, Magic Box. Yeah, so this series has been in the works for some time, not nearly as long as My Amazing Funnies, which is still coming. I've done barely any work on that series, but still, I've got a million different things to do also at the same time. Some for YouTube, some for myself, including the AI series, which is on production hold until I get round to filming the first video, which I'll try to make one of the upcoming ones because I really do not like putting projects on hold like this has been. Because the longer this has been on hold, the longer I've been making more horrifying comedy. And believe me, they are horrifying because they look like monsters from I don't know. In fact, there's going to be 3 different types of combinations actually. I've just randomly chosen 2 mixers at random and then just mashed them together in like whatever way. Actually, that's a lie. I haven't just mashed them together. Remember, if you remember Ready to Robot, right? That was just a series of small robots that have ball joints and you can mix and match the ball joints. It's basically that. Hence the title, except it replaces 2 with 3 and robot with mix. So I think that's worthy of a round of applause by me. Okay, enough of that. So yeah, there's that. Also, the Lego arrived. This isn't going to be a boxing gun series now. It's going to be a boxing series as soon as Big Bad Island show up, and as long as I sort the other stuff over there, because I've got a lot of other stuff that needs sorting, because there's like that much of it. So the Peach Starter course has arrived, along with Peach's Castle. God, will I even fit that in the frame? I don't know. Here's the proof, mates. Yes, the box really is this big. And I can't even fit it on the desk because of how much limited space I've got, because the jewels are still out for some unknown and weird reason. The super things are still here. I'm not going to show this side of the desk because it's got a 300 subscribers. Okay, not that much of a secret. But one of the things, I can't remember if I've already told you this, but one of the things from the for the 300 subscriber video is going to be, I'm very close to hitting that, by the way. I've got 298 subscribers and we're very close to hitting 300. In fact, by the time you watch this video, it might even be on 300. So watch out for that, lads. Because there's no guarantee of me getting that video done by then, considering how busy I am. But let's just carry on regardless. I'm going to show the same TY. I don't think I've seen it shown it before, but I'm going to show the profile picture in like its full form. You know, the dog from Squishaboos. I'm going to be showing that. I can't even recall if I've shown it before. If I have, it's going to be a rubbish subscriber special. But hopefully I haven't shown it before. Now of course there's going to be some unused video ideas for YouTube, and probably what I've got on ahead to be USB stick videos. So a bit of a behind the scenes look there, mates. It really started off with like 4 concepts, but since going through Google Drive for both accounts, because I've got 2 Google accounts at my disposal, and I've got things saved on there, unused video stuff. So any unused video stuff for any reason whatsoever, like it could be an editing problem, it could be a thing, I don't know, various reasons vary. But all you do need to know is that I originally had like 4, but then after going through the other Google account I have, whoop, it went up like about to that height, to like, I want to say like something like 10. I've definitely got more than 4. Yes, I can count higher than that. I've definitely got more than 4. I think I've got something like 10 or maybe 12. I don't know. I haven't counted them. But what I do know is that READY3MIX is here, and there's 3 different types of crazies to know. Also before, right, there's singular ones, which is the standard, mash 2 together and see what you get. There's a lot of these. Now, you know how you have to have 2 mixers to mash things together, right? Well, one is basically, well, there's 2 combinations. Any spare parts, like ball and socket joints that get left over from the previous ones, they get them put on to the other one, like the second one. So there's going to be 2. There's also ones that, I was going to make up names for these, but I started the film before I could think of any of that. There's ones that look vaguely like, I don't know, vehicles of some kind. I'm not sure. Like, you know how Cam stays a helicopter. any mixel with his body is basically counts as one of these. But then there's also another one which has a chainsaw for like a hair or something. And then the other one, and then the third category is when I've completely ran out of ideas, couldn't find any suitable board socket joints, and went with the flow, or went with the flow, whatever. And these ones are called monsters, not monsters, but monsters. You know, M-U-N sters, monsters, because I couldn't think of a good enough idea. Let's just carry on with, and since these are fairly dusty, I have got a packet of wipes standing by next to me. Right, let's get on with it then. I think I'll just do the regular ones first, and then I'll get to the hilarity of the mess ones. I'm also going to be sure to get both types of Mixel monsters. Okay. Right, here's the first one. Hopefully it's the first one. Oh, there we are. Right, first, also, I was going to say, first up is the one I teased last video. On that note, I was about to put a teaser out for a like a thing, because the camera ran out of battery, and the iPod ran out of battery because I couldn't do any photos. Otherwise I would have done photos. But no, I just said, look, the series is underway. So I was going to put photos teasing them, but I unfortunately couldn't. So I'm just going to start off with the one you most likely saw from the previous video, and that is this one. Camera problem is not the way. There's probably going to be like title cards on the screen telling you what the mixer was made from. But yeah, this one is basically I've forgotten his name, who's like a really angry bloke, and he's got cogs in his head because who doesn't want them? Basically what I did is I replaced his mechanical like gold arm with one of Cram's fingers. So now it looks like he's got like a tiny stump for an arm. God. And then his other arm has been replaced by Cram's drill, so you see what I'm doing with this. It can pierce holes in your... yeah, let's not go there. This still spins though, which I like. And of course, I had this sort while in the shower earlier. Yes, a lot of that happens. You can actually remove this, and it's a pin joint. And I thought, hang on, doesn't Score Pie from Series 3 also have a pin joint? And I was right. Here's Score Pie's tail. Now Score Pie is also here. Let's just grab him. Here he is. Here's Score Pie. Now his tail should be attached like this, and it will be by the end of this, but it's going to stay out here for a moment. But basically what I did for this is just spin this upside down. And of course, if you don't want to do any of this, you can just remove his head. Oh, not with the pin, by the way. You've got to stick the pin back in there. Another alternative combination you can do is with his head and his tail. You can actually combine them like this and get like a weird, I'm not going to comment on what that looks like. Disclaimer, saying so will probably get me demonetized. Actually, I'm not demonetized yet, but probably will be age restricted. But hey, you can actually watch age restricted videos if you use a downloader. So life tip there. YouTube's when will you learn? So yeah, so using his, I'm going to call it a booster box or something. I'm not really good with names when it comes to this stuff, but my point is you can combine it with this, and now you've got like a big almighty stick of poke to poke your enemies with. I think this looks like a relatively good design. No, seriously, it's like a big stinger. Who doesn't want that on their Lego action adventure theme? Except this is not an action adventure theme. It's a collectible theme. So I'm still gonna keep him like this. Actually, no, actually, I'm gonna go get Score Pie again. We can reattach his tail since that is basically all this is. And after I've reviewed each one, I'm going to put them back together again. So, you know, for the authentic experience of putting the Lego back together and then missing the pot and getting really frustrated. Actually, right, let's just move it over there, mate. You can go back in these. I've got a storage unit, which is basically just a load of... Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. Because I haven't made like a proper like tick list of which combinations I've done yet. So, when I've edited this video. So, but then, pray tell, how do you store this drill when you've, if you're using the Score Pie tail? Well, here's your answer, mates. You'll remember, if you know Lego Mixels, you'll know Cram has a hole in his back. Here's Cram's combination. This is basically the same Cram. He's got boulders for feet, because who doesn't want them? They also spin, which is weird, like a weird ride-at-train manner. Basically, I took out his thumb and replaced it with a, oh, it's called Kamzo's hand. So now, now looks like he's got like a form of, bionic thumb or something. I did try to use this as a pin system, but it won't go in since this is in the way. But no matter, since we were able to replace this drill with a claw, which I think is a worthy replacement. This does spin. And yeah, I do know about the replacement colour parts, but that's because I couldn't find the original colour elements. I know there's a lot of people that will bother Lego, like die-hard Lego fans, but I really don't mind. But I don't really mind it. So if it works for me, hey ho. Yeah, so this still spins. It's like a thing that can pick up nixels. In fact, I haven't tried that yet. Let's try that. I know some nixels do. We've got a thing for nixels as well. Let's just get a nixel quickly. No, not that one. I know some nixels. Yeah, that'll work. I know some nixels have got like 2x4 plates on them. So here's one. Because you'll see here, this is the exact, I think, size and shape to fit into one of the holes here, and that's not fitting in there. Yeah, see, that's too small. Need to get another one actually. Will this one work? Hope so. Oh wait, I forgot I did this. Basically, what happened was, I decided to put one of these plates in between his arms. So let's remove that quickly. This one ought to fit. This one's smooth. There we are, it fits. If the cap fits, mate, you can fit a nixel in there and spin him around and make him dizzy like some kind of demented Alton Towers ride or something. I'm not sure. This is, I think, a really good idea for an actual nixel. I'm actually surprised that they didn't think of this themselves. Ooh, actually, I think they did actually think of something nixel related, but by the time Series 6 came out, it was already a bit late, because that's when I think nixels just started to lose its charm a bit, you know, because it was basically like elements themed and not job themed, and that's when they decided to run out of ideas for a bit. So I mean, obviously other people might think otherwise, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, I mean, they did King Nixel, but still, you could fit the drilling into the back of here. To answer your previous question, you previously shouted from the planet Moon. It can go in the back of here, which makes it look like it's got problems, but still. I think it's an effective way of storing the other attachment, because you can spin this around and you won't be able to see it at all, unless you're viewing it from the back. So yeah, let's reassemble these blokes. Right, this arm comes out of here. That's not supposed to happen. Don't worry, that's just a clear 1x1 stud thing that goes in here as like a light. It's not going back in. I predicted this. There we are. It's not going in. There we are. Let's move his bionic thumb. Gah. There we are. And let's remove his drill from the back. Let's take Kamzo and move his box and his finger. Reattach his arm. There we are. And then reattach his claw. And that's Kamzo rebuilt. And then for Cram, we reattach his thumb like this. Reattach his box. And stick the drill in there. And yeah, you technically could do the Scorpio drill like spike thing without taking it out. So that's an idea for Lego. Although they probably won't listen to me since this scene was pretty much finished. Right, you go over there, mate. I'll introduce the second not horrifying at all item. Well, two actually. Well, the first one I think was one of the first I made. This one is Gobber with two of oh, I've forgotten his name. Oh, that's Sweeps, I think is his name. Two of Sweeps spinning you know, cleanest items. This one isn't too hard of a combination to remember since again just ball joints. But I think this looks okay for a Mixel since you could position these and then have Gobber spin around and clean the walls in like a 360-degree movement. So I think that's alright, to be honest. Let's remove his arms here since there's nothing else I can show you with that. And then here's Sweeps. Looking a bit too much like a furry here. You can see here that I moved his brush up to the top, so it looks more like a... I want to say like a Super... I also expect this video to be filled with Super Sentai references, since that's what a lot of these ended up reminding me of. Look here, it looks like a Super Sentai robot. And of course his hands are literally just these. These are just Gobber's hands. Nothing else to say here. So what you do is remove his hands like this, not like that. We can reattach them though. And then back here, remove the brush from this part and reattach it to this beam right here, like this. And then reattach his sweepy hands, which hopefully won't go wrong at all. There we are. And then for Gobber, just stick his hands back on there. Like that. And then the next combination we've got. Oh god, this looks vaguely horrifying. Okay. I've forgotten his name. Can I find it out quickly? No, we can't. I've forgotten this combination's name, but this one is totally horrifying. They're both totally horrifying. Look, here's the first one. Yes, I don't know what to think of this either. It's his spinning mixing barrel, which is just a boulder with an eye in it, because I had to incorporate an eye somehow. And this is one of, I've forgotten his names. I've forgotten his name too. One of his hands. This is horrifying. It looks like a vehicle, but it's not a vehicle because it's got an eye in it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to count this one. My entire system is a mess. All right. So what do you do to transform this one back mixing? Well, you take his eye out because that eye does not belong to you. Remove this hand. Move the mixing barrel up here like this, and then move the feet downwards like this. And then it's basically done for this bit. I want to see what the other one looks like. Warning, it's absolutely horrifying. Yes. You can see here that this is where his eye used to be. It's now just a red stalk. The cog spinning gimmick thing still works so slightly. So there's a cog, Technic cog behind there. You spin that. And this axle spins. His other hand is still intact though, so that's nice for him. His spinning set of legs is still intact, so that's nice. But what's not nice is the fact his other hand has been replaced by his head, the other Mixel's head. So you can slam it into the floor. I don't know. How do you reassemble this one then? Just move his head, and then replace his hand like this, and then just stick the eye onto this Technic axle here. It is going on, isn't it? It needs to be precise. There we are. Yay! How do we reassemble the other one? I hear you scream from Saturn. Right, all you need to do literally is take his head and slam it into his neck there. Oh, no, he's not called Cram, that's the other guy. Next combination time. Oh, now this one is actually vaguely inspired from one of the official ones, but looks a bit worse. Flane and Seismo's legs. This is actually inspired by one of the other ones, except it looks a bit different. For a start, it looks a bit lamer. I would attach the other horn if I could find it, but I can't. This is it's like this is why it goes full on Super Sentai. I'm gonna say that this is his base form, I think, because he's got big legs and nothing else. Of course, you can remove his horns and attach them to the holes in the middle there, which is exactly what I'm going to do now. Here we go. There. And then you can see here that I'm calling this his base form mouth, because red gold. And his other part, black, is moving on. I also had the idea to change this out for the change this one out for the red one. So let's do that now. Let's pull his red one off and replace it with the black one, so it looks more screen accurate to the one from Lego officially. So it looks far more epic, and that's happened a lot too. The pieces have fallen off. So can we fix that? Oh, there's a wipe on the floor. I'll pick that up now later. So you can see here that this goes together like this. This is the ball joint system, and then he just goes on top of that. This is what it should look like. Oh god, it's not coming very easily. There we are. Go on. There we are. There we are. Good flame. Right, just gonna sort this out quickly. I've got no idea how long that wipe's been there, but I do know for a fact it needs wiping, hence the fact that I've got a wipe on the floor now. Yeah, you can call me a hygiene maniac, I really don't care. This is what happens on like a day-to-day basis. You can call it my problem, that's because it is my problem. Because, you know, regular people would just put the wipe into the bin, but no, I have to wipe the entire floor. That's happened that's happened I think once or twice. I've wiped the entire floor of the house from top to bottom, upstairs and downstairs, and everything. Yes, I've got problems. And also back to this. Yes, you could replace this with this if you really wanted to, but that's not really what I had in mind. But rather, removing this and that's not supposed to happen. There we are. I'm bringing in the other combination, which is the one with Seismo. He looks ridiculous. The initial design didn't include the flames, but I decided, yeah, to hell with it, let's just do that. Initially, the flames would have been on these two outside clips here, and you can still do that as like pop like an upgraded form. So let's reattach them to flame now. There we are. So it's kind of like an upgraded form. And the original design for this would have had the, I think it was the red. I think another, yeah, the original design for this would have had this red piece on here. But I decided I didn't really like the mismatching colours. So I just moved the mouthpiece to the top, so it should look like this. This is how the original design turned out to be. Let's just show it anyway. This is how it was designed to be. So yeah, that's the whole point of this combination. And before you say, but mate, is there a way to combine both of them? Because I know you like that kind of thing. Well, some of the other ones have been combining freaks, and I've just had the idea to try and combine this one. So move this one up. And all you do is stick this one here. Move his arms back into place, move his ones up and move that one's back. Then move his feet behind there. Move his feet in place. And now you've got a great big hulking mass. Power Rangers Lego Force. Yeah. Actually, that said, I will have to add that to my list of names, actually, because that's my rule. If I find like a rip-off, if I find like a mock-up Sentai name or something, I've got to add it to my list of AI sounds to see what the AI comes out with. So, that's going to be a thing I'll add to the list later, if I remember. That's just fallen off again. Brilliant. And another half times. If you own this character, or have them as long as I've had them, get ready for a load of that to happen. How do you reassemble these ones, though? Firstly, you remove these flames here, and flames, and you remove the fangs from the inside, or fangs if you have both of them, unlike me. And then you remove the front two pieces here, and replace them with the red versions. Let's do that now off camera. Of course, you'll be taking pieces off from Seismo. Don't forget to replace them with the gold and black ones. Right. And the arms are the wrong way around, so swap them around as well so they're facing the correct way, like this. And remove his feet as well. He looks so ridiculously tiny. And well, add the horn to his head too. And then with Flame, he reattached the red pieces to his mouth. Remember to do the top one first. If you do the bottom one first, the top one won't fit on because it's blocking the way. And then what you do is remove the grey feet from Flame. It's not coming very easily. It's just removed itself again. And then you reattach Flame's original feet, which is the small ones. You know what? I'm just going to do it without reattaching the body. I'm doing this all off camera too, so I can show you what the end result looks like. But it's too troublesome to do it on camera. Oh God! Looking at how small he is in his regular form reminds me of how he should look there. Then it reattach his original massive flames to the holes in his head. And boom, you've got flame. And then for Seismo, what you do is, oh god, you're not supposed to do that. Don't fall over, mate. And then what you do for Seismo here is all you do is literally just reattach his own legs. That's what you do for Seismo. And then we've got, I think, another horrifying one. I think this one looks alright in my opinion, but this one actually coincides with a vehicle, like Type 1. So we'll show you them. Here's the first one. This one doesn't look too bad actually. You fold the arms down, it's Wuzzo's body, and I think this is, I've forgotten his name, but watch out! His head can fold backwards. Yeah, it's like an operating table, it's like an operating light on legs, which I kind of like and get behind, but still. Ooh. It can still fold up slightly like the original Mixel can, because if you have it, you can fold it up like that, and ooh, it's weird. But yeah, the original idea was to fold this forward, because folding it backward would effectively hide its face, and it wouldn't work as like a jump scare. So let's just do it like this instead, and it looks more funny in that. So how do you disassemble this one? It is that simple. Just remove this part. And that's it. Good luck. Want to see what the vehicle bit looks like? I'm completely aware, when I had the idea to build it like this, I knew that the eyes would look like red burst eyes, you know, from Sonic Colors DS Edition. And I don't regret it one bit, mates. Yes, I'm completely aware that it's got teeth on his bottom, but ignore that for now. Yeah, I think this looks alright for a Mayan vehicle design. You can move these bits up, which okay. But the one thing that I think I found the most weird is the fact he's got a little chainsaw for like a hair. You can move this forward, but not too forward because his eye gets in the way. So I'll explain that too. I had nowhere to put one of I think his name is Scrubs. Can't remember Scrubs' original arms. I just stuck it on this extra beam piece here. So So now for the other bit. You remove his eyes and reattach them onto Wuzzo's original body. Oh no, we're not going to carry them because that could be too much hassle. And now you can reposition this all the way up here. And then of course if you want you can move these and replace them with the hands, and then make the hands function like they're supposed to. Simply by doing this. Yep, this is the original design. It's like yeah, and I know in Mixel series he's got two mouths because this is supposed to be. No, actually, yes, he's got a top jaw, and his lower jaw is also his top jaw. So he's got two top jaws. This is terrifying, I know, but at least he can. Okay, let's not. I was gonna say at least he can sort his patients out the right way because he's a doctor with chainsaw eye. But no, that's actually a bit dark. And yeah, you can attach the eye to the front stud. That makes it look somehow better, but not by much. It actually makes it look more terrifying. Look, he's got two. Oh, that makes it look somehow terrifying, even more terrifying now. Actually, let's just move on. Oh no, he's not supposed to take the stud off with it. Oh no, that'll teach me a lesson for making such a horrifying creature. Oh, it's the worst thing when those 1x1 studs just drop on the floor and you can't find them. All that, and when your Lego minifigure helmet comes off with his head. Oh, that's the. So how do you reassemble these lads then? Remove his head, and this is just supposed to be a replacement for his other arm. So this removes, and then you remove this. Clip the arm back in place, and then clip this back in place so it looks like this now. And of course what you do next is you just attach the head from earlier. And yeah, this is what I mean by folding up, by the way. And then for Wuzzo, all you do is literally just clip his head back onto his body like this. And yeah, I'm completely aware you can actually do this to him. Which looks like he's a serial killer, but still that makes it all the more better because he is a chainsaw. You should have thought that one through, Lego. You know, especially weird when they first started. Apparently, they didn't make grey bricks because they were too afraid of someone actually building a tank. Lego China. someone's been spotted protesting in Lego China. Oh god, that's a good video actually. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go watch it. And I know I'm going off the rails a bit, but I've removed the back part and stuck it to the white plate. He looks like he's got a big nose now. Maybe that's a bit offensive actually, to Lego Mixel but I don't care. Do you know what Jigsaw's favourite Mixel is? This one. Okay, I'm a bit late for Halloween jokes, but I don't care. Okay, next one. Okay. We've got 2 more basic / vehicle ones, and then we get to the horrifying, like proper horrifying stuff. First, okay, last 2 ones actually, because it's last combinations. First one is literally just Chumpsy's head on top of Camster. Enjoy it, the lads. So I think the opposing combination to this one is actually pretty good. I don't know what to think of this one. This one just looks outright strange. Like, it's literally just one head like knocked onto another head onto another body, and literally all you have to do to disassemble it is just literally just remove his head from the body. Oh, and this bit too, because I had nowhere to put it. This bit just goes into the back here. I know this is becoming like a bit of like a, I don't know, like an art attack style video where you know what, with me telling you what to do and that. But I don't care. Art Attack is like a bit of a nostalgic program for me since they stuck it on Disney Junior, I think, back a few years ago. You know, for the revival series where Neil Buchanan is in it and he looks the same. And okay, this one actually looks decent. I actually really like this design. It's Camster, but he's got like legs. I think this one has a good amount of posability as well, since you've got ball joint here, like up and down joints here. I like this design, and I like how I kept the propeller on here so he can still fly. I like this design. I like it a lot. It looks like I have problems, but I don't care. But guess what? Also, this one actually has another thing I came up with. Look, this comes up here. Then you, don't tell me I've forgotten. I haven't forgotten. You remove the yellow legs on Camster's body, so they just look like this. And then you reattach them. Or do you? I've forgotten. You separated them again. Just remembered. So they look like how they do when you've got them out of the original Mixel. You turn these bits upside down here and you reattach the feet to the top part. Do you see where this is going? And you do the other side, and you do the same on the other side. Do you see where this is going? This is strangely starting to look like a Transformers video. This I don't really like a lot. It's like half design. You could tell what I've done. It looks like an idiotic fighter jet with like a really rushed design. It looks like a thing that actually they would produce in real life for Ready to Robot. I think this design is only mediocre. I'm saying mediocre because, well, fighter jet, and it kind of looks like a thing from Transformers, so good job with their mate, but I'm saying I don't like it because, well, it's just both, so how do you disassemble it? Well, you could just break it apart, but how do you disassemble it properly? That's what I'm here to tell you. Body, remove. The Camster head just gets put on top of the Camster body. And his eye effectively falls off. Well done. There we are. And then for Trumpsy, you get his head. Oh, yeah, that's his name. This ready, and then all you literally do is just spin his feet around, spin his arms around, feet around, arms around, and then just stick his head back in place. There. Trumpsy. And now we move into the absolutely horrendous and horrifying territory. I'm going to go with the one I think is the least horrifying, but looks the most weird. This is what happens when you don't give me enough options, mates. This is one thing. Look, it's oh, I forgot his name. It's him, but he's got a guy trailing behind him. He looks cursed. Especially if you open his mouth. It looks like a form of bear trap now. Yes, just step into my definitely not suspicious looking hole here. It won't bite your leg off. Yeah, I think I do like how this one turned out slightly. Oh, well, I think I could have used this piece better slightly. I did say, okay, sticking 2 feet together that I can get behind, plus using the extra ball joints for extra bits, not as good. But I did like one bit, and that's the way I actually folded the purple one up. I forgot his name. Let's just I'm gonna have to disassemble it to show you. Right, this guy is literally just attached by a ball joint, as you can see. This is literally his arm. That comes out here. There's feet here. That gets removed. That gets removed. This gets removed. This gets removed. Actually, let's build up the tension by reattaching this guy's feet first. We all like tension here. This is his hand. We remove it and then attach his legs. Feet rather, not legs. I apologise for the inconvenience, mates. And then what you do is you, oh, okay, go around to the back here, because at the back there's like a small like backpack with like a ball and socket joint. So what you do is you attach the ball joint to his socket end here, and then his hand goes on the end of that. See, like long on the law, haha. And then his other arm goes on the other side. Do you see where this is going, lads? Of course you don't, because I've removed it from the camera. This handcuff's for. How do you expect to catch any idiots with that? With your handcuffs not in your hand. Boo! So yeah, this is him all reassembled and nice. But what I did like, problem solving. See this? You'd think this is the original design, but if you look closely, it isn't, because what I effectively did is I turned the head upside down from the original position, and by magical coincidence, it still worked. Granted, it now looks like he's got a flat, but now it still worked. It still looked like a okay body shape for this Mixel. In fact, if you weren't a Mixel's fan, you'd think this is the original design. I like to think that anyway. But again, all I did, literally, was just spin his head upside down. That is literally all I did. And then his arms just go down and his feet get reattached. That is all I did. It's so simple, but it is so effective in my opinion. I did like how that one turned out. I did like how I sort of how to problem solve that one. And what I don't like is the fact the pieces keep falling off. Brilliant. Oh, and one of them. Is that even your own stud, mate? No, can't be actually, because that's blue. That must belong to this bloke. I don't know where that goes on to. I don't think that's your own stud, mate. Let's just reattach that to the back of his foot, since it is blue and it blends in ever so nicely. There we are. In his opinion, he lied. Right, now we've got another horrifying one. This one is basically the first horrifying one I came up with. This is the biggest mess you'll ever see in your life, guaranteed. Right, to begin with this one, first off, it looks like this. There's no eyes, there's no nothing apart from a set of legs, and yeah, I had to repose this otherwise it would fall over. You have Crader on here just hanging about. He has got some eyes. Hello. He is holding his axe. He is hand gear in this model. Mock. I'm calling it mock, you know, it doesn't matter. He is hand gear. It's like wearing someone else's head as your own hand gear. And his feet, helicopter backpack. It's not spinning all the way around. Why is that? Oh yeah, oh yeah, his finger's in the way. But then, and then this flag can be removed and can be replaced with anything else you can imagine, since it is literally just another like stud tube thing going on. So you could replace it with that. but the flag is like for a cover, like, you know, like a thing to stop a gun from shooting. But why has he got legs on feet on his back? No, it's not because I run out of ideas. It's actually because if you turn this around here and then reposition his feet in the right way, he's actually got a proper head and a nose, and that keeps happening. You know what? Let's just keep it like this. He's got a proper head and a nose. And before you ask, yes, my original idea was just to have this in the background. This is all this model is. I know he's got an axe, but you don't hold an axe with another arm on top of your own arm. That's not how limbs work. I mean, if it did, I'd be getting all the parts from the body skeleton limb series. And since that's not a real thing, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. You move his axe. Oh, 40 minutes. God. And then you move Crader. Move Crader's hand from this part. I can't believe this is actually happening. Reattach this. And just reattach Crader's legs. Feet. And that's not reattached properly. Can we get it to... Oh, no. Oh. God, mates. I just did that incorrectly, mates. Oh, no. Oh, no. There we are. That's Crader. Yes, I literally did a Skylander swap force. Cut him in half. Use his top half as like hand gear, and then use his other half as a backpack. Crader fans in the comments be assaulting me. How do we assemble this guy though? Well, it's pretty simple really. Spin it around. And then all you do is really just remove his flag. Stick that on his pole. Okay, maybe I could have did that a bit correctly, but there, and his axe just goes in this hole here. So again, could have did that correctly. Oh, that'd be painful actually. Good God. See, these really complicated looking ones are actually really simpleton actually. Hello, my name is Camelot, and I'm here to... Wait, seriously, his name is Camelot. Okay, I've just got to check this now. His name is Camelot. Yeah, his name is Camelot. And because of that, I've got to do this joke. Hello and welcome to Splatterlot, where 10 attackers will officially try to dupe the defenders and get every single music without having to contact any composer at all. That's a very fun idea for the BBC. I'll be sure to commission that and get pushed out of the office later on. That's a job for later, next week. I'm going to put it on my calendar. Hey! That was worth your 5 seconds of your time, right guys? Right. Next combination. Now this one actually looks okay in my opinion, only because it's a combination of two, but I managed to get a hideous combination out of it. It looks like a Power Rangers villain. It looks like a legitimate monster of the week from a Sentai series. It looks horrendous. Horrendous. Oh, it looks like a Go-Onja villain. Oh, at any rate, God. Right, this is actually supposed to be two. Ping pong. Here's the first bit. Big jaws. Move his arms up. Spin his arms around. Other arms around, actually. These are his legs, but who cares? This is only supposed to be one thing. The other one is just this. Big snot feet. Looks like it's just gone to the works. Found some random pot of like slime for like £2, put it on the floor and just stomped in it all day. It just looks like that. So how do you reassemble these lads then? Right, for this one you remove his legs and remove his wheel arms and just replace them with his original... Wait, that's not right actually. He's actually missing another part of his arms. Where have they gone actually? Trouble. Or am I going to say no? He definitely had longer legs than those. I definitely used all pieces in these, I swear it. There's a really high chance I'm going mental, so I'm just going to do a jump cut. Yes, I was going mental. Turns out his legs are only as long as these. I think I'm so used to how big these hideous ones look. Looking at how small they should be has weirded me out, so he should look like this by now. And his arms can be reattached by removing the green guy's legs and reattaching them to there. And then the green guy literally just reattaches feet, legs. And I've got a habit of putting them on the wrong way round, since there's no clear sign of you doing it incorrectly. And the SD card's gone down a bit, so that's a good sign. Then we've actually got one more. Hideous dental hygiene man. This is what happens if you don't clean your teeth, kids, says Nigel Plain and Jamie Ricks. What do I make of this one? This one is horrifying, even by my standards. Look at his mouth. This is his mouth, believe it or not. He's got two eyes, one in his mouth, one of his shoulder. You can actually move this one downwards if you want. He's got a toothbrush ready to annihilate any plaque or whatever's. You know, this floppy white bit here is just to. This looks like a horror movie villain. Like, with all the red in his mouth, it's seems to be drinking blood or something. And yeah, seriously, I'm like a syringe javelin or something. I don't know. This is the most horrifying thing I've come up with in my time so far here on planet Earth. And look, yes, that is one of the Mixel's body there. His body is his mouth now, and you're going to go inside of it. Only joking, lads. How do we reassemble this massive mess? Right. Yeah, this is a moving ball joint, which means this is a claw that goes behind him and picks up any evil nutters that won't brush their teeth like dogs. All you do is, actually, believe it or not, turn this upside down, and you have a proper Mixel. These are his feet. This isn't, which means you remove this effectively by taking it off. Brilliant. This is a grey piece. This one just comes off quickly. 5% battery. We're really gonna have to hurry this up. You remove these in place here. His toothbrush comes off. No, oh no, it stays in place actually. You remove his inside eye. Reattach it to one of these studs. And now you can close his mouth. Remove the other guys there. Remove this. Take out his syringe arm. Plug it back in there. Fold that down. Remove this peg. Reattach his head. And remove this dangly bit and reattach the grey mirror thingy. One of two Mixels reassembled mates. And then you reattach this here as one of his feet. Stick that on his bottom. Reattach his other eye. And that's just come off. And all you need to do is just reattach his other script. Reattach his other arm. And job's a good one. Oh, I just made it look like this. Oh, that is horrifying.